So I asked you all what we wanted to see, and by and large it was more queen rearing, and that's what I'm here to do. So I'm going to start here with the NICOT system. The NICOT system is a graftless system, and it's really easy to use, especially for those that are afraid of grafting. Let's talk about the NICOT system. The NICOT system is a graftless system, meaning you don't have to manipulate any of that larva and try to choose what is the right age. So it's a system that helps you get started in queen rearing, and while it seems daunting, there's a lot of cells, there's a lot to learn. It really is a good starter into the world of queen rearing, and then you can take the next step if you want to. One of the things I didn't like is that it's expensive. When I bought it, it was about $80 for the whole set. Not a bad price when you consider the price of queens, but if you're not really going to go whole, every year graft, you just want to dabble, I would suggest perhaps trying some of the other methods that don't require any equipment. So let's talk about this one though, and just how is it used. So this is the NICOT box, and it fits perfectly into a medium, and if you have deeps, then you're going to have extra room. You need to fit it to one height or the other, generally to the top bar, because that's where it'll be easier for her to feel comfortable inside the brood nest. The system is the queen excluder on the outside of the box, the brown cell cups that she'll end up laying into, and then the pieces to put it together for the bar that will go into your builder. But let's first start with this box. This is the box that you're going to put your queen into. Everything can be closed up, and you slip her in there. This grid is exactly like a queen excluder. The bees can pass through, they can take care of the queen, but she can't leave. This is the false grid or false comb that she's going to lay into, hopefully. She has an area where she can go hide and rest and de-stress, her little spa. Each of these cells is on the back, has a removable brown cell cup. Before I move on, this is also a way to let her in and out, but of course I lost the cap. That's the dilemma of moving parts. Each of these is a cell that then can be removed. Voila. This cell cup is what the bees will clean. They will clean it, and hopefully she'll lay in it. And I say hopefully because not every queen likes to be confined in a box. Generally, we confine her for about 4 days. That's a long time, but you can do it longer as long as they are fed well. And you want 4 days because that's the egg hatching. So once she starts to lay, you can take her out, but you want most of the cups laid out. The school of thought, though, is many people believe that, she has to be in there longer. If she's laid enough eggs for you, you can take her out. So you need to know your queen schedule. How long is an egg? How long is it from larva to capping? That type of thing. But these cell cups are what she's going to lay into. As I put it back together. Okay. And here is her grid to help her decide to lay. So, this here is not just for grabbing your little brown cups off the back. It is now what you're going to put on your cell bar and throw into your builder. It's going to hang vertically, and they're going to feed that cell, hopefully 1,600 times a day, and in 4 days have a capped queen cell for you. When you're pulling these brown cell cups, generally you do not want an egg. You want them all to be about the same age. That's that 4-day window. If she lays on the first day, then in 3 days these will have emerged into larvae. If she's in here longer, it's because she didn't lay the first day. How do you get her to lay in the box is the question. So let's put this back together. You take your queen. Actually, let's go back to the beginning. Once you have your box set up in your frame and you know which queen you want, put your box in between the brood for at least 24 hours. That way they can get in and clean all of these cells and make sure that it is conducive to her laying. If you put her into a brand new box, that means she might be in there a week or longer because it's going to take them a little bit to clean it. Put her in there after they have cleaned this box. Now they'll probably build patties of comb on either side. That's not that big a deal if she's confined. So, you've cleaned your box. Now you're ready to put your queen in. You put her in gently, grabbing her by the thorax, not by the wings or the legs. You put her in. She's now in the box. You want to see her lay. Give her at least 24 hours before you go check. Then if you think that she's been laying, then count 4 days from that. You can come back and make sure that she's being fed and that there are nice larvae in your cells. Let her out, take out the frame, turn it over gently. You probably would do well to have a damp towel that you lay it over on. Then you gently open the back, because anytime you jostle a larva, you do stand the chance of making it drop out. You take your white cup holder and you can gently give it a little and pull it off. There may be a little propolis, a little anything that's going to make it stick. Just be careful not to jostle your larva too much. Now you have a cell that's ready to go into your builder. This is a queen bar. These are the brown receiver end. This is your white cup holder with the brown cell cup. It is gently placed on, and then that is what goes down into your builder. The NICOT is set up where you have 100 brown cell cups. It's not that you have to graft 100 or that you have to try to build 100 queen cells. Pick the best. If you want 4 queens, I suggest that you do at least 8. If you get a 50% return the first time of trying, you did great. Even the best grafting, if you get 75%, you're doing great. This is not mistake-free because the idea is you're confining your queen. You don't have to touch anything, and that's fine. But you still have to understand what is the best cell age, because you want not a C shape, you want a banana shape. You don't want it too young as an egg, and you don't want it too old as a 2 to 3 day old larva. To recap, the NICOT system is very easy, and we're going to go over the pieces once again because the kit does come with each piece and you can purchase more separately. This is the NICOT box that has the front cover and a back cover. The back cover comes off. That's where the brown cell cups go to cover the spot where you want her to lay, and to be able to remove so that you can then, once laid correctly, you can put into your builder. The brown cell cup goes into the white receiver cup. Assuming that there's a larva in it, it goes onto whatever queen bar that you fashioned onto the brown other receiver. Then you take the bar and you slide it down into your builder so that the bees can then feed and grow a queen cell. Once your queen cell is grown out, 4 days she's capped, you then can either cage her with, this is called a roller cage. You can cage her in the roller cage until she emerges, or at the very least you have a way to protect her in the nursery and for a little bit of traveling while you bring her to the nuke. One of the things about the roller cage, it does have a second entrance. Ay, ay, ay. So you would have her in her roller cage like so. Once she is emerged, or just prior to emergence, you can put a little sugar fondant, sugar candy right here. Maybe crystallized honey if it's not too gooey for you. So once she's out, she has a little feed, but that's it. This is the complete set. This can actually be used as a shipping container, although these tend to be a little bit more expensive than G's Bees or the California cages. And it helps protect her from, one, any rogue queen cells that you may have missed, and it helps with any type of travel. And I carry these with me everywhere because if I have a swarm, it's easy for me to put the queen in there once I catch her and set her aside. Never put your queens in the full sun. It will be a very short period of time and they'll be dead in full sun. Make sure they're in your pocket or some type of shade. So this is just the first part of the NICOT. Getting to know your equipment, getting to understand which pieces for what purpose, and how it would work once you put it into action. And the next part will be the action of the NICOT. Putting it in to be cleaned, then putting it in with a queen inside, and then the waiting period to see did she lay and will it be productive so that you can then put the cells into a builder. There are other methods without grafting. We'll cover those later. NICOT is a simple way to get your feet wet with queen rearing. There's other methods. All queen rearing starts with the 3 principles. What is the life cycle? How long till she's capped? How long till she emerges? And then how long till she's mated? All these steps are the same regardless of the method that you choose. NICOT helps you learn some of the steps. You don't have to use NICOT, but if you choose to use the NICOT, it will help you understand and see without having to feel like you're ruining a piece of comb. The worst part about NICOT is that you have to touch the queen. You do have to touch her. I don't use clips. I think clips are probably one of the worst inventions. Learn to touch your queen, start picking up the drones, pick her up by her thorax, be gentle, and you can do this. You can do this. Learn this for your apiary and learn this for just to learn it. It's a good thing. So until next time, do the subscribe thing, do the bell thing, and until we see each other again, happy beekeeping. Did I not do that?